Hello and welcome to this IQPC podcast, presented in conjunction with the European Talent Management Summit. I'm your host, Helen Windsor, and today I'm joined by Graham White, Director of HR at the City of Westminster Council, London. Graham, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm fine, Helen, thanks. Good to be speaking to you.
Great of you to join us ahead of the event. Now, first of all, I wanted to ask you, does your council have a formalised talent management strategy? And if so, does it have some of the following features: changing economic and operational challenges, adapted according to different operational functions within the organisation, and a focus mainly on senior executive level roles?
Right, Helen. Well, the answer is yes, absolutely. We have a formal talent management strategy. The good news is that it's not focused mainly on senior executive level roles, and our talent management strategy is designed around what we call the cascade. And that's because the Council has gone through a major restructure in the last 2 years, and that's required us to look again at the role of everybody within the organisation. In terms of actual talent management, yes, it very much adapts itself around the economic and operational challenges for our different businesses and changes as and when they change. And because of that, the method of both identifying talent and developing talent is very much in a modularised process, so that it allows us to make any changes necessary at any time. And because we've got many varied type operations and professions within local government, it also means at different times of the year, different elements of the programme are operating in different functions.
And how transparent would you say your talent development processes are?
Yeah, this is absolutely crucial, Helen, because talent management can all too quickly be accused of simply being some kind of senior patronage of certain members of staff. It is absolutely transparent, as is everything we do within the Council. Everything for how much we spend to how much we earn is made available not only to all staff, but to all general public and in particular the residents of Westminster. Our plan in terms of talent management and its transparency is that ultimately we will have a development programme that will have a range of modules designed to touch each of the elements of the organisation, no matter what level they're at. And the only way we can do that effectively is to make it so inviting that staff believe that it genuinely is there for everybody.
Thanks, Graham. Now, setting them out, what are the main challenges for your organisation in terms of talent management over the next 1 to 3 years? And leading on from that, how is your organisation preparing to meet these challenges?
Yes, for us, the real issue is that the competitive landscape right now in the public sector is somewhat covered in fog. With all the reshaping, the budget cuts, the recessionary impact on services, right at this point in time, it's very difficult to put talent management at the top of any senior manager's agenda who's actually trying to see how they can reduce their workforce, change the way they operate, and ultimately save money for the council taxpayers. So because of that, I guess the real challenge for us at the moment is to make sure it stays on a management's agenda, but at the same time we understand that it may not right now be a focal point. But what managers need to understand is that talent management will become crucial as we start to grow out of recession in the next 12 to 18 months. And that's how we are focusing our preparation. At the moment, we have low turnover, staff are not moving, and we are limiting our spend on talent development. But we must be ready as soon as this recession lifts to make sure we don't lose our best talent, who by then may have become frustrated through lack of development.
So following on from that, will you be investing more resources into your talent acquisition and development strategies compared to recent years?
Oh, absolutely. And what will happen is that investment must begin ahead of recession lifting, so that the development is there ahead of the process of the country finding itself in a better position. And not only that, we have to remember that having come through a period of significant recession, with many staff being made redundant and many other staff who survive, taking on that survivor syndrome of guilt and uncertainty, it's absolutely critical that we are investing now in a small way so staff can begin to feel that there is a future.
Thanks, Graham. Some interesting reflections there. And do you measure the return of investment on your talent development processes? And if so, how?
Oh, yes, and I believe very earnestly that what gets measured gets done. So it's quite crucial. We do not waste money in Westminster. Our philosophy is we should spend our residents' money like it was ours. And so when we invest in the training of staff, it has to be in a methodology that allows us to ensure that the spend was worthwhile. And so that means that there must be a purpose before you actually undertake the activity. So within our own performance development process, each individual employee has as part of their own talent development a personal development plan. And that plan must have within it development opportunities that will not only enhance their current delivery, but will prepare them for future progression within the organisation. And then having done the talent management, or done the development, or done the support tools, we then ask the managers, are things better now because, and if not, we revisit why we invested that money or that time in that method of developing our talent. We also, of course, track talent to see whether or not the people that we spotted early in their careers actually go on to be successful. And especially with things like graduates within the organisation, our expectation is that the talent spotting of these graduates results in them actually going on to permanent full-time roles with us.
Now, earlier you mentioned the recession. Have there been any other big challenges in recent years in acquiring new talent?
I think for some time now the public sector has had a little of a shadow of not the most exciting place to work. So we've had to do a lot of work around our image. And Westminster, in fact, is a very vibrant local authority. But it's important that not only do we symbolise that in how we recruit, but we ensure that when staff join us, they realise that this is a vibrant place to work where, the what's in it for me argument is mutual. We gain by recruiting the best talent out there. They gain by getting the best development when they're with us. So I think there's something about the local government image. Recession hasn't helped either, and for us, I guess in South East England, Central London, just sheer labour turnover and always seeking new talent, it will always be a challenge for us.
And Graham, what are your key needs in terms of talent acquisition and development solutions?
I think the real message that we're putting out now is that the future local government professional will be very different from the current one. And the profile, the skills mix, the background, the academic preparation, all of that is changing because the way in which we deliver public services is changing. More and more of our delivery arm is being outsourced. More and more we're moving into a commissioning model where we have to be much closer to the skills and expertise around customer service, around project management, around delivery analysis. So actually going forward, the new competence framework for a public sector worker will be different than the one we have now.
Yeah. Now, are you using digital media to source new talent, and do you retain all learning and development functions in-house?
First question, what are we using? Yes, absolutely. I mean, social media is a fabulous tool in the arena of talent management, talent spotting, talent attracting.
So I guess it's all linked in with the new image you're trying to project as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And everything from Facebook to YouTube. And we take advantage of. Our chief executive regularly blogs to all staff, and we regularly put that on YouTube because it symbolises to the watcher what this place is like as an employer. So that's absolutely critical that we take advantage of all types of social media. So even their HR director, who's a boring old guy, he Twitters, he uses Facebook, he puts things on YouTube, and that's all about presenting the talent of the organisation.
So taking the second point then, do you retain all learning and development functions in-house?
No. As I said earlier, we are moving the public sector into a new commissioning model where we have to become the experts at defining what the output is, But by doing that, what you actually define is what the outcome. So actually, in terms of training, which is a good example, we no longer deliver the training, and to some extent, we don't demand what the training should be like. What we commission is the outcome of the training. So if we require our organisation to be more proficient at something or to have broader skills within something, we would commission that from a range of providers, and whichever one we think delivers that solution, we'll work with.
Sure. That's very interesting. And how well does your organisation align its HR and talent management functions with the overall goals, and how effectively are these goals communicated to the workforce in your view?
Yeah, and this is back to our performance management process, which is absolutely critical and core to how we operate, and something that's often a challenge for new line managers to see how the interdependencies connect. But from every element of an individual's time within the employment, it all links together, and each is interdependent. So the organizational goals cascade down to the departmental goals, cascade down to the team goals, cascade down to the individual goals. So that's one way. And then in the other direction is the development program for our talent management, which is I must have the skills to deliver my goals. I must have the skills to support and contribute to my team's goals. I'm looking for the skills and development to add more to my overall department. So they work very much in parallel, and we ensure staff understand that by the development of their personal development plans, which must be the tool by which the bulk of their development and their long-term career succession planning is built around.
Well, Graham, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really interesting to get an insight into the talent management strategies of Westminster and the Council, so thank you very much. We look forward to hearing more from you at the event.
And thank you too, Helen.
My pleasure. Now, just for the benefit of our listeners, if you would like to attend the European Talent Management Summit, it will take place from the 27th to the 29th of September in London. For further information about this event and the other speakers that will be there, please visit the website www.talentmanagementeurope.com. Alternatively, please contact our inquiries team, who will be happy to help. Their number is 0800 652 2363, or you can email them on enquire@iqpc.co.uk. Thanks very much for listening. We hope to see you at the event in September.